Hi, welcome to this channel. In this video, I would like to talk about pulleys. Pulleys are machine elements, very important machine element for transmitting power. So pulleys are means for transmitting power from one shaft to another with the help of belts and chains. So as you know, in mechanical engineering, the power is produced at one place, for example, engine or motor, and power is used at some other point. So power must be transmitted from the place where it is produced to the place where it is used, and this is done by means of few shafts. So one shaft may not be able to transmit the power because of the distance or because they are in different planes. So therefore we need to use multiple shafts to transmit power, and in that case, in order to run these shafts, we need some machine elements, and pulley is one of them. Pulley is quite common machine elements or common machines you will see in our daily life. For example, in olden days and even today in villages, you will see this kind of pulleys which are used for drawing water from the well. So this is a very traditional use of metal for our engineering purpose. If you see a pulley has got three main parts. The first is the rim. So rim is the place where you will see the belt passes through the rim. Next is the hub, which is the central part. This is also called boss, and the shaft actually passes through this hub. In between are the webs or arms. So web or arms basically connect the rim with the hub. So for example, here you can see in this part is the rim. The hub is here through which the shaft has gone inside, and this is the web. So in this case it is not the arm but webs. Another important thing about these kind of pulleys is you will see in some pulleys this crowning is done, and this crowning is done basically for the belt to stay in position. This one is the rope. However, in many of the pulleys you will see the belt, for example rubber or leather belts. So during the motion these belts have tendency to rise to the top position. So therefore this crowning is done so that the belt will not slip out of the pulleys. So these are the main parts of the pulleys, and as I said, pulleys are used for transmitting power. And here is an example of a pulley system in automotive system. So this part, the bigger pulley, is connected to the engine, crankshaft of the engine, and this belt, and then there is a smaller pulley, and this pulley is basically connected to a generator. So as soon as you switch on the engine of the car, this pulley will start rotating, and therefore this pulley will also rotate at much higher speed, because here you can see the speed ratio is not 1:1, it is different. And because of the rotation of this one, this pulley, the power will be generated, and you can use this power for lights and AC. So this is how the car generator works based on the engine, and this is done with the help of this pulley system. There are different types of pulleys. So for example, one is called solid cast iron pulley with curved arms. So these are solid cast iron. This is made of cast iron, and whole thing is one single integral piece. So they are cast all together. So rim, the hub, and the arms, they are all cast together, so they are integral part. And these arms are curved, and the cross section is elliptical. So with elliptical cross section, it has got curvature, and this curvature is provided so that during casting, when this pulley solidifies, because of solidification there will be contraction, and if it is straight, because of contraction there will be cracks and it may fracture at some point. So therefore this is a curvature is provided so that there is enough length that even if there is contraction, this length will be sufficient and there will be no crack development. So this is the reason why this arm is in curve forms. There are other types of pulleys. One is called split pulley. So split pulley is basically two halves. So one half on this side, another half on this side, and they are connected by nuts and bolts. Here you can see 4 nuts and bolts. So this kind of pulley is used where the shaft has got multiple machine elements, for example gears and some other pulleys, and therefore sliding a single pulley in the shaft is not easy. So a split pulley will be used so that you can install this pulley at any place on the shaft. Another type of pulleys are called fast and loose pulleys. The arrangement consists of 2 pulleys, one of which is called loose pulley is free to rotate about the shaft, while the other called fast pulley is key to the shaft. So here in this case this is the fast pulley which is key to the shaft. So give head key is provided here. So this is fixed to the shaft, so there will be no relative motion between the pulley and the shaft. Whereas this is loose pulley, and basically the pulley can rotate around the shaft. So this has got loose fit here. And this kind of pulleys are basically used where you need to extract power intermittently. So sometimes when you need the power, then you shift the belt on this one fast pulley so that the fast pulley will make the shaft run or rotate, and when you don't need the power, then you move this belt to this loose pulley. So loose pulley will just rotate about the shaft without making the shaft rotate. And since there will be a lot of friction here, therefore this is made of brass bush so that friction can be reduced. And this pulley is loose fit on the shaft, so therefore a collar is provided here to fix this so that it doesn't go out of its place. So this is fast and loose pulleys. Another type of pulleys are stepped pulleys or speed cone pulleys. Speed cone pulleys are employed for running the driven shaft at different speeds for a constant speed of the driver. So if you need to change the speed frequently, in that case you can shift the belt from one place to another so that the speed ratio will be changed, and because of changed speed ratio the driven pulley will rotate at different speeds. So this kind of cone or step pulleys are used both in the driver side as well as in the driven side, and so that you can get a variety of speed ratios. Another type of pulleys are rope and V-belt pulleys. So just now we were discussing about the belt. The belt can be a flat belt type, or it can be rope or V-belt. Rope or V-belt. So V-belts are, for example, here in this picture it is the rope, so it is circular cross section and there is a place where the rope can fit, and this kind of fitting will allow a tight fit between the rope and this the groove, so that there will be enough friction and it will make the pulley rotate quite easily. And another way to make the belt go in fit with the pulley tightly is to use V-belt. So this is example of V-belt, where the upper part has got this width and this is the height or thickness of this belt. This angle is used as 40 degree. So here in this case, as the force increases, this V-belt will go much deeper into the groove and the friction will increase. So this kind of belt will function better, and there will be no slippage between the belt and the pulley. These are the specifications which are used for the belts. So for example, the nominal top width can be 13 millimeter and nominal thickness can be 8. So the top part is this one and the thickness is this one. So it can be a combination of 13 and 8. So that will be called A, and another we'll call B when the nominal top width is 17 mm and nominal thickness is 11 mm and so on. Also, we have specification for the length of the belt. So for example, 5.3, width of the belt 5, height of the belt 3, we can get in this kind of length range. So these are the specified dimensions of the belt which we can buy easily. Also, it is recommended that we should not use number of belts more than 12 in one pulley. So as we increase the torque to be transmitted, the force on the belt will increase, and therefore we can increase the number of belts, but number of belts should not be increased more than 12. If it is the case, then in that case we should use next specification so that we can get better strength in the belt. So here are some of the examples of the pulley and the belt in a machine. So here you can see this flat belt running over 2 pulleys. This is the example of a rope pulley. So here there is a rope and there are pulleys to rotate. We are rotating the pulleys using this motor. This is an example of pulley provided in a model of engine. So this is a model of an engine, but in real engine also you can see this kind of pulleys which are used to run, for example, generator, as I said before. This kind of belt is known as timing belt, where you can see these kind of steps made so that they avoid any kind of slippage. This is an example of automotive engine. So this is car engine running, and you can see, since the car engine is running, the pulley is running because of the running engine, and this bigger pulley is actually running the smaller pulley. The smaller pulley is connected to the generator of the car. So this generator helps the car to get electricity so that you can run AC and the lights. There is one more application of pulleys which I think you know, is to lift heavier loads. So by applying the principle of pulleys, basically by using different diameters of pulleys, you can actually lift heavy weights using these pulleys. So this technique has been used traditionally for quite a long time. So often in a workshop or in any kind of construction sites, you will see that very heavy steel structures are being lifted using pulleys. So only few people can actually rotate the pulley using chains, and these are smaller pulleys, but these smaller pulleys will slowly rotate the bigger pulley. So here we apply the principles of moment and work. So those things we will study in machine design, but for the moment we should understand that pulleys have many applications. So for transmitting power from one shaft to another, for lifting heavy loads, or sometimes to just reach a place where otherwise it will be very difficult to reach. For example, in the case of well, when we are drawing water. So these are all different applications of pulleys in mechanical engineering. So this is all about pulleys. I hope you got some important information about pulleys. If you have any comments, please do write them down below in this comment section. Thank you very much.